The last letter. Some losses are too heavy to bear, yet life forces us to move forward. This is the story of a mother who waited for a letter that never came, until one day it did. A letter filled with love, pain, and a final goodbye. Before we begin, welcome to Voice of the World, where we bring you the most touching and incredible stories. If you love emotional and inspiring stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Now, let's dive into today's story. Lena sat by the window, staring at the mailbox, her heart heavy with anticipation. Every morning she would wake up, make a cup of coffee, and sit by the window, waiting for news from her only son, Daniel. He had joined the army 3 years ago, promising to write her letters every week, and he did, until 6 months ago. The silence was unbearable. At first, she convinced herself that he was just busy. Then, as weeks turned into months, fear crept into her heart. She prayed every night, hoping he was safe, hoping he would return home and run into her arms like he did as a child. One stormy evening, as she was about to close the window, a knock echoed through the house. Her heart pounded as she rushed to the door. Standing there was a soldier, his uniform soaked from the rain, his face pale. He held an envelope in his trembling hands. "Ma'am, this is from Daniel," he whispered, his voice barely audible. His eyes held something Lena didn't want to see: pain, sorrow, and the weight of unspoken words. Lena's hands shook as she took the letter. She swallowed hard, forcing herself to breathe. Her fingers trembled as she opened it, the paper already damp from her own tears before she even began reading. The letter. "Mom, if you're reading this, I didn't make it home. But please don't cry. I want you to know that I was thinking of you in my last moments. You were always my strength, my comfort, my safe place." Lena gasped, clutching the letter to her chest. The room spun around her, but she forced herself to keep reading. "I remember the stories you used to tell me at bedtime, the way you'd hold my hand when I was scared. You were always there for me, and I'm so sorry I couldn't be there for you now. Mom, I need you to be strong. I don't want you to be sad forever. I want you to keep living, to keep smiling, even when it hurts. Remember me not with tears, but with love." The aftermath. Days turned into weeks, and Lena struggled to move forward. She kept Daniel's letter close, reading it every morning, feeling his presence in every word. The pain was unbearable, but she knew she had to honor his last wish. She started going outside again, walking in the garden Daniel used to play in as a child. One day, she decided to plant flowers, bright yellow ones, his favorite color. She whispered his name with every seed she sowed, as if keeping his memory alive in every petal. Neighbors noticed the change. They saw her talking to the flowers, smiling softly at the sky. Some said she had gone mad, but Lena didn't care. She felt Daniel with her in the warmth of the sun, in the rustling of the leaves, in the gentle touch of the wind. One evening, as she sat in the garden, a little boy from next door ran up to her. "Miss Lena, can you tell me a story?" he asked, eyes full of innocence. For the first time in months, Lena smiled. She patted the ground beside her. "Of course, sweetheart," she said. "I'll tell you a story about a brave soldier named Daniel." As she spoke, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. Daniel wasn't truly gone. He lived in the stories, in the memories, in the love that would never fade. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to Voice of the World for more emotional and inspiring stories. See you in the next story.